This is it, sir. I suspect Havelock Martin and Lord Pendleton landed there a while ago and went into the lighthouse. Knowing them, they're not giving up without a fight. I remember hearing the Admiral and Martin talking about this place as where they'd hold up if they had to. Anybody going in has to breach the fort, the gatehouse, and there's only one way to the top. All I can say is that it's been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other again. Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do. Give my best to Emily. After she's on the throne, she won't have time for an old man like me. I knew you were sharp, Corvo. But somehow you managed to get through all this mess without losing sight of what really matters. For that, I respect you. The city's gonna pull itself up, I believe. Too many good people here to let it all turn to ashes. I'd best be going. The battlefield's no place for an old sailor like me. That time is long past. Good luck, my friend.
Samuel sure seems nicer to us now. In a different life, a better life, we spared all the lives. We treated people with kindness, and we moved unseen like a ghost. The biggest turning point, aside from all the deaths we'd caused, was how to deal with the Lord Regent. What if we used the broadcasting device?
If I explain, then you will see I am not at fault. My poverty eradication plan was meant to bring prosperity to the city, to rid us of those scoundrels who waste their days in filth and drink, without homes or occupations other than to beg for the coin for which the rest of us toil. And it was a simple plan. Bring the disease-bearing rats from the Pandician continent and let them take care of the poor for us. The plan worked perfectly at first, but the rats, oh, it was as if they sought to undo me. They hid from the catchers and bred at a sickening rate. Soon it didn't matter. Rich, poor, all were falling sick. And then people began to ask questions. The Empress assigned me to investigate whether the rats had been imported by a foreign power. I knew the truth would come out eventually, so there was no other way than to be rid of her and take power myself. She had to die, you see. She had to die. Bringing about the death of an Empress is not an easy thing. But it gave me the chance to attack the plague with some real authority. Quarantines, deportation of the sick. There's always some idiot woman searching for her wretched lost babe, or some sniveling workman searching for his missing wife. And then quarantine is broken. But you can see how my plan should have worked. Would have worked if everyone had just followed orders.
And the result of all this?
I order you to put down your weapons. This is treason.
It's over, Hiram. Your head will roll for what you've done.
No! I'll make you rich men if you just let me go. I beg you.
You nearly destroyed this city. No amount of money will undo that.
There's a peaceful end
To Coldridge Prison.
to the Lord Regent. Now he's imprisoned in Coldridge. So when I return from Dunwall Tower to meet with the Loyalists,
Corvo! Everyone says you did something good tonight.
Emily greeted me more friendly.
I don't know if I want to go back to the tower. I can name for many, right? Maybe a ship.
There was still the same toast.
He's done it. Word is spreading all over the city. The tyranny is over. By this time tomorrow, Emily will be on the throne. After that, we'll clear your name and put everything we've got into rebuilding the city.
I wish there were more of a city to rule. Most of Dunwall is rats and corpses.
The Admiral's right, I'm afraid. Corvo, you did your job while the rest of us sat on our asses. Our work starts tomorrow.
Tonight, rest easy. Tomorrow, we crown an Empress. To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
To Emily Colvin, and the new dawn rising for Dunwall and the Empire.
Still the same poison.
She'll need higher mathematics, court protocol, and cosmology, of course. Can you provide these things?
This is over, I'm going to have a true...
Of course not, no. I just think I should have a central role. She trusts me.
It's true, she does, but she should trust all of us. Don't you trust me, Callista?
Emily seems happier. Her drawing is much nicer.
Admiral Havelock smells like tobacco. Do you think I can order him to throw away his cigars? How many dresses will I have when I'm Empress? Callista says 100, but I just don't know if that's enough.
You know Emily is quite special. She learned from all of us, you especially. She trusts you absolutely, I believe. Just think, I'll have tutored an Empress.
I hope I'll make a good Empress. Overseer Martin says I will.
I know we're supposed to relax now.
I made a list of all the swear words the Admiral uses. But Callista made
It will
me
be
throw
good
it
to
away.
hear people laugh in the streets again.
Callista is losing her faith, I fear.
What will you do after this, I wonder? Get married? Emily's happier, I think. She's such a quiet child sometimes.
You're not going to leave me when I'm Empress, are you?
Everything
Campbell's
seems
last book lets me control the Abbey, but only at a price.
a bit better. But nonetheless, the poison has its effect.
I'm sorry
But
something terrible, Corvo. But I only gave you half the poison. They were watching me, and it was all I could think to do. I think you're strong enough to survive that. I'll put you on a raft, and then I've got to ship out myself before they find out I've gone against their wishes. Snakes. They'll want to do the same to me as soon as I've outlived my uses. Hopefully you'll wake up and find your way out of this cursed city.
Samuel is on my side. After that it was Dodd and the assassins, which went the same way.
Please, no. Oh, it's you, Corvo. Thank the stars. We all thought you'd been killed.
And when I came
Except
back,
for Samuel. He seemed sure you'd survived.
Cecilia tells me a different story.
Shortly before the killing began. He was smart enough not to come ashore, but I'll bet he's still out there. Looking for you is my guess. At first, Pendleton said it was time for our bonus. Havelock stood behind them, and at the signal, he shot them each in the back of the head. Just like the target drills he used to. Lydia barely had time to scream. I would be dead too. Except Wallace told me I wouldn't be getting anything. Pendleton kept apologizing, saying that no one could ever know about the things they'd done. Martin was drinking and seemed sad. The Admiral was about to shoot Callista. Then he mumbled something about owing her uncle, Captain Kurnow, a debt. They said it was time for Sokolov, and went off to his cage. I don't know what happened after that. Emily was there when the killing started. Poor child. I hope she hid her eyes. The Admiral said that Martin was right. I guess they talked about it. And they started to worry they'd get executed for all that they'd done, going after the Lord Regent and his allies. I suppose it's why they've poisoned you too.
The biggest change is of course that Callista survived, so I met up with her.
Corvo, I can't believe you're alive. They killed everyone, Corvo. They killed everyone to cover it all up. Then they took Emily with them and they left. I couldn't do anything to protect her. Please find her. Make her safe. All his talk of being an honorable military man, but Havelock will use like a puppet to his own advantage. Something changed in the Admiral as soon as the Lord Regent died. It had been building up. Martin was acting strange, going quiet if any of us were near, whispering late into the night with Havelock and Pendleton while you were out doing the real work. I think they realized they were one step away from holding the same position the Lord Regent had, and worried they'd be held accountable for what they did here, as the Loyalists. They would have killed me too, but Havelock spared me. Out of respect for my uncle, I believe. Please, talk to Samuel and the others. Someone must know where they're going. Find Emily. She's suffered through so much and she's got no one else on her side except you. Samuel set this here in case you returned. You can use it to call him. He said he'd come quickly. Hopefully there's a place he can dock where the Watch won't see him. The City Watch is everywhere out there. But I don't even care if they find me anymore. I saw Samuel on the river earlier. I'm sure he'll take you to Emily. One last trip, I expect. I had one job. Take care of Emily. I tried as best I could. Go after Emily. I'll be fine. I really can't believe they did this, but if they were willing to kill to get what they wanted, I guess they'd be willing to do anything.
Samuel came, and here I am. Well, the weather sure is nicer. Sun's out. That looks good. App. Hopefully, this will end better than it did before. Now, let's see about finding one of the entrances and decide which one to go to first. We still have towers up, and there's still guards, but maybe not as much. We're gonna try to play this pretty stealthy. Definitely no deaths, but if we get seen once or twice, it's not the end of the world. Blink is, as usual, the most helpful ability in our arsenal. Let's see if we can get up here. Apparently not. Ah, we can go underneath. Make sure there's no guards up here. That's over there. Do you want to see me? Jump up on the boat. Oh, almost. No. Corvo doesn't want to. This seems better placed then. Let's deal with this guy. Then see if we can move up here and get inside the harborside entrance without raising any alarms. Bit of a weird position, and apparently he's got a pistol through his eye. But he's fine. He's totally fine, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta be careful to not get the attention of this moving tower. Gonna use Blink to make this a bit easier on me. Over here is a bit safer. It's one of those with the music devices, which you gotta be careful for. That tower will see me. Can I blink all the way up there? No, I don't think I can. Even if I jump. Now, there's a wall of light here, so we can actually go inside. Right, now these guys are hidden and safe. And I happened to find a middle hatch. I don't think this actually leads anywhere particularly good, though. Just down here. Now, how do you deal with... There we go. That's a good place to have them both. Oh man, that was just in time. We got more people coming. What's our possession like? Just animals. Luckily, we have runes. Now we can possess one of these guys.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse? Chances are very good.
Now this guy's good. Much smoother, quieter. Just gotta make sure I drop the bodies where they won't be seen. Oh, that'll have to do. They might be seen, but as long as they're not seen while I'm nearby, we should be okay. There's a guy with a music box right there.
Hey, you're such a choffer.
A lot of guards here.